Just yummy!
Hello everyone and welcome. Today we are not making a cooking recipe, but we're making something that it's a product that's going to really help out in your kitchen. For your cutting boards, charcuterie boards, any wooden boards that you have that and use on the daily for cooking, this is essential to rejuvenate them and make them look like new. So let's get started. It's something super easy. As you can see, I'm going to show you with my cutting board that I use on the daily. As you can see, it's already faded because of all the washing. These are some of the boards I use for parties. All of these boards my husband made out of scratch. He makes wooden boards sometimes as a hobby, and I really want to maintain them and keep them up like looking like new because I love them. They're my favorites. They did an amazing job creating them. As you can see, this we use it mainly for decorations, for serving desserts, parties. They're made with epoxy. This one is not, because this one is mainly I use it for cooking, but these ones are more used for our celebrations with family or for other things, decorations for the home, and they're really great. And I love maintaining them so they don't get dull and look old. We want to start using them and make them look like they're brand new. And this is the product that we're making today. It's totally safe to use because it's non-toxic. We'll get started in a little bit with what you need. Super easy peasy. Let's get started. For the products that you need, and these are safe ingredients to use, you make sure that you use food grade mineral oil, and you need also natural yellow beeswax. Okay, this looks like this. All these products you can buy online on Amazon or on your store of preference. Looks like this. So all of these are non-toxic. They're safe to consume because this is going to be applied to your boards, and it might go into food and stuff, but it's safe and okay to consume. They sell at the store for other things too. So make sure it says food grade and also is natural beeswax. These are the two ingredients that you need. Easy peasy, right? And it's going to create this product right here when we're done. Make sure you have a jar or container that you can seal tight because that's where you want to store it. This is going to last for a while. Make sure you use a pot that we're going to use to melt the wax. And I recommend using 2 towels that you don't care about, just using for this purpose, because we're going to use them solely for our boards, reuse them, save them in a plastic container after we use them, because we know there's no other purpose for them to. It's going to kind of ruin the towel because it's going to get wax on it that won't really come off. So that's why I'm going to use them solely just for my boards. Okay, so save them, reuse them, and this is only going to be for my boards. Make sure it's just any regular fabric towel like this, and the other one, this is going to be for application. The other one is for polishing, making it look all nice and neat. And I recommend using a microfiber towel so it doesn't leave any little fabrics on your boards. So this is the 2 types that I recommend. Okay, so we're gonna get started. The quantities is 4-to-1 ratio, so 4 for the mineral oil and 1 of the beeswax. For this recipe or this procedure, we're gonna use half a cup of beeswax and 2 cups of mineral oil whenever we combine them. The first step is we're going to combine our 2 products. Okay, we're going to start with half a cup of the beeswax. I'm going to use a measuring cup for this, more or less like this. Right. I prefer using the ones that looks like this because it melts faster. We're going to be melting this, and some of them is make sure they don't stick to or get all of them in there, because it's wax, gonna stick, melt easily. And before we pour the oil in this, there we go. Now we're, like I said, 4-to-1 ratio. I'm using 2 cups of the mineral oil. Well, after we have combined the 2 ingredients, we're gonna take it to the stove on super low heat because we don't want to make this boil. We just want to make sure that all the wax melts completely and it combines with the mineral oil. That's all we're doing. Let's take it to the stove. Low heat, like I said. And we're gonna start mixing it together just to help out, you know, as the wax melts. You want to make sure that as soon as all the wax is melted, you turn it off. You don't want to let it boil. Like, we don't want to get to the point of boiling because this is just to combine all the ingredients together. This probably takes a few minutes depending on your stove and the type of pot that you're using. So we'll come back to it once it's almost completely melted. As you can see, all the wax is melted already. We're gonna turn off the heat because you don't wanna let it boil. I'm gonna take off from the heat. Everything is completely melted and combined. The next step is to let it cool for a little bit, not completely to the point that it hardens, but just, you know, a little bit cooling enough before we pour it into a container. It's been like 3 to 5 minutes and it's not completely hardened because we don't want to wait until it's completely hardened or it's just cooled down a little bit. Now it's time to pour. Make sure you pour when it's completely liquefied. That way nothing sticks to the pan. And carefully pour. Okay. Now we're gonna wait until this is completely hardened, so it looks like this. When it's completely cool and it not hardens, but it gets into this consistency, like creamy consistency, then it's ready to go. And just, you know, close it, save it in a cool area. You don't have to refrigerate, but any dry, cool area and a room temperature area in your home or anywhere that's not too hot, because if it's hot, it's gonna keep on melting, and then, you know, you want it to be in like a creamy texture. Well, the last step is the fun step, is applying it and then polishing your board. That's why I said 2 towels that you need. So once it's completely cool and looks like this, we're gonna apply a generous amount, and I'll show you the difference right here with the tape, so to see the difference of the board. Apply it. You can apply on the edges too, and we'll do that for both sides. But we're gonna start on this side. Just apply a generous amount. That's why this is a good ratio, because of course this is not like the amount that I made with the 4-to-1 ratio. This is just, I put them the first time I made it into smaller containers. This time, you can have a big jar, or you can put them in cute containers like this that you can save or give to people if they need to as a gift. Whenever maybe if you gift a charcuterie board or something. So now we're gonna use the microfiber towel and just really polish everything. You can go in circular motions, make sure it's all completely in there. So you can see it's gonna make it look darker too, because the oil is, the wooden board is absorbing the oil and the minerals together with the wax, making it look newer. And you can apply several layers. You could just do 1 layer and keep on doing it. Let me show you the difference just with 1 layer, but you can apply several layers of as many as you feel like, okay, that looks good for me for now. And then, after a while of washing it, let me show you the difference. Big difference right there. It's always gonna look darker because, as you can see, with the wear and tear, scrubbing, cutting, washing of your boards, they end up looking like this. And you wanna make them look like newer. Let me do another layer so you can see a little bit of what I said, add in a little bit more. I usually do just 2 layers, and that's usually enough for the time, depending how much you use your board. Now I use this board on the daily, so I'm gonna be using this product a lot to make my boards look nicer. Let's try it on a different type of board. Like this one is more for serving, so it's not as scraped out, but still it makes a difference, and you'll see. Makes everything look darker. Let me apply it on the whole board. And like I said, you polishing it, you really wanna and see, darker looks, the wood looks more alive, looks newer, like if you just finished making this board. And you do it on both sides. Let me show you a little bit of example also on the ones for charcuterie boards and this one. So you can see you can use a big amount and or just a small amount, depending on how much you want to put. It's up to you. That's why this is a good quantity, because you're gonna have a lot. It's super easy to make, inexpensive, because those products you can find them online for a good price, and then good to have, especially if you have boards. Any type of board, doesn't have to be a fancy wooden board. Can be just any store-bought, homemade, whichever you use. As you can see, let me show you the difference in the color. If you flip it over, see, looks a little bit of the fading, and then a little bit darker. You can see more of the features of the wood, which is nice. This is what this rejuvenation does to your cutting boards. This is all natural wood that my husband used to make this these wooden boards. Well, this is the time for my favorite part of the video, trying it out. Just kidding, I'm not gonna eat this, you know, because this is not food. It's just a rejuvenation process for your boards, and also a good way to protect it for moisture. Like the oil repels the moisture, so whenever you wash your board, no, it's not gonna warp or tend to start warping, because sometimes, you know, over time boards can crack a little bit with the moisture of the water. So it's a good protection for your boards too. So, and this is how it's supposed to look like. Gives a nice satin finish. It looks darker, like the wood looks a little bit newer now, and super soft too because of the combination of the oil. Make sure that, you know, the wax that is not scented, because if it's scented, then it's not, you know, you don't want that. You want it to be natural beeswax. Doesn't smell like anything. It's just wax and mineral oil, so there's no scent to it, because this is for food. You know, we're gonna be cutting stuff here in food that we eat. It looks like this. Hope you guys like it. Make sure you like our video, subscribe and share, and let me know if you tried it at home. Leave a comment and let us know how you liked it and how it worked for you.